Live, live, good. So what's up, guys? Uh, Welcome to one more session, one more live session. So today, I'm gonna be really quick, really simple with you guys. It's gonna help, especially who suffers with binge eating and another type of problems that not help because actually doesn't help you to lose weight. Actually, can be a problem for you to lose weight. But listen up. Uh, the natural ups and downs of the life can either generate, pay attention, personal growth or can create a personal fears. Make sense? So which of these of personal growth or personal fears, which of these dominates is completely dependent upon how you view change. Because change can be viewed as either as exciting or frightening. So exciting or frightening. But regardless of how you view it, regardless, you must face the fact that change is the very nature of life. Everybody changes. But if you have a lot of fear, you won't like change. You don't like change. Why? Because you're going to create a world around you that is, let's say, predictable, predictable, controllable. So you're going to try to create a surround, like a world around you that doesn't stimulate the fear. So you're not going to have the fear. So, and people don't understand that fear is a thing. They just don't understand, right? So it's just another object in the universe that we are capable of experience. So you can do one of two things with fear. You can just two things. Pay attention. You can just recognize that you have it and work to release it, or just can keep it and try to hide it from it. So again, you can work to release it, or you can keep it and try to hide from it. Because people, they don't deal with fear objectively. They just don't understand it. So what we do, we end up keeping their fear with you. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna try to prevent that from happening things with you. So from things that are gonna stimulate the fear. So if you have a lot of fear, you're not gonna go through life attempting to create. Actually, you go through life attempting to create safety and control. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna define. That's gonna do. You're gonna define. Uh, let's say um, how you need the life to be in order to be okay. Make sense? This is how the world becomes frightening. Why? Because there will be inevitably be events and change in life that challenge your efforts because you resist this change. If you resist, what's going to happen? You going to just struggle with life. So you feel, let's say you feel this person is not behaving the way they should. You're just judging. And this event is not unfolding the way you want. So you're going to see situations that happened in the past as disturbing. And you're going to see things down the road as a potential problems because if you feel the past, if you have if you're afraid of the past, you're going to be afraid of the future because you think the same thing is going to happen. So your definitions of desirable and undesirable, as well as good as and bad, all come about because you have defined things need to be in order for you to be okay. And we all know that we're doing this. But nobody questions this. Nobody asks you why. Make sense? Because we think we're supposed to figure out how life should be and then make the way. So only someone who looks deeper and questions why need the events of life to be a particular, let's say, a particular way. So how, let's say, how do you come with the notion that life is not okay just the way it is? Why? And it's not gonna be okay the way that you will be. It's not. Who said that the way life naturally unfolds is not all right? And the answer is simple: fear. Fear says so. Because the part of you inside that's not okay with itself can face the natural unfolding of life because it's not under your control. If life unfolds in a way that stimulates your inner problems, then by definition, it's not okay. So that's what happened with you when you're trying to lose weight. That's what happened because all the passion, all the fear that they're gonna people look at you, what they're gonna think about you, or they're gonna talk about you. So that's the fear you're putting in life. So it's really simple. Now, the truth is, it's really very simple. That which doesn't disturb you is okay, and that what does disturb you is not okay. So you define the entire scope of our outer experience based upon your inner problems. Because if you want to grow, like mentally, change your mindset, you have to change that. Because if you are defining creation based upon the, let's say, the most messed up part of your being, what you're gonna expect creation to look like? How's it gonna look like? It's gonna look like like a frightful mess. As you grow, you mentally, let's say spiritually, your mindset, you're gonna realize that your attempts to protect yourself from your problems actually just create more problems. Just create more problems. If you attempt to, let's say, arrange people, places, and things so they don't disturb you. So you're gonna choose the people, the place that's for you is okay because it doesn't disturb you. So you're gonna actually it's gonna begin to feel like life is against you. Because you feel that life is like struggle and the everyday is heavy because you have to control and fight everything, right? So when you do that, what's gonna happen? There will be competition, jealousy, and fear, of course. You're gonna feel that nobody, anyone, at any moment could cause you disturbance. So all they have to do is say something or do one thing that you don't like. And the next thing, there's a disturbance inside you. That makes life a threat. Because that's why you have to worry so much. Because that's why you have all these dialogues going inside your head, inside your mind. because you're either trying to figure out how to keep things from happening, or you're trying to figure out how to do because this did happen. You're frightening the creation, and that's what makes creation itself the most frightening thing in your life. So you can choose not to fight with it. Just don't. You have to realize and you have to accept that life is not under your control. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You can't control tomorrow. Because you know that. I don't need to tell you that, but you know life is continuously changing. And if you try to control life, you're never gonna be able to, like, let's say, live life. Instead of live life, you're gonna be afraid, you're gonna be scared of life. But if you decide not to fight with life, then you're gonna have to face the fear that's causing you to fight with life. The good thing is you don't have to keep this fear, this inner fear, this fear inside of you. You don't have to, because there is such a thing as life without fear, or less fear. So to understand this point, oh, my light is done. So to understand this point, you have to, let's say, you got to go like a deeper, like understand really deep what's happening, and to fear itself. Why? Because let's figure out here. Because what caused fear? Fear is caused by blockage in the flow of energy. Do you believe energy? Energy. Let me explain you, because you asked about energy to me, right? Like before. So let me explain you how energy works. Uh, um, One of the highest vibration, the highest energy, is like peace of mind. Peace of mind so who had these energies, like Jesus Christ, Buddha, um, Gandhi, Mother Teresa, but Jesus is the toppest, is the highest energy. Why? So these people just, they have love and abundance. So when these people go, like when Jesus was going, was like thousand people following him, because the energy is the energy. This is energy. So when you have fear, it's caused by blockages in the flow of energy inside you. That's what happens when you have depression, because your energy is blocked. It can't come up and fill your heart. It just can't. So your heart becomes weak. And when your heart is weak, it becomes, let's say, susceptible to lower vibrations. And like I told you before, one of the lowest vibrations of all is fear. Because fear is the cause of every problem. It's the root of everything, all the negative emotions, like anger, jealousy, possessiveness. Imagine if you had no fear. You could be perfectly happy living this planet, like spinning around in middle of nowhere, and you really like worried about what one people told about your hair. It's crazy, right? Nothing would bother you. You'd be willing, if you had no fear, you'd be willing to face everything and everyone, because you wouldn't have this fear inside of you. You won't be trapped with that. So eventually you want all this fear out of you. Of course you want that. You're gonna you're probably going to realize that life is actually trying to help you. Because if you think about the life, surround you with people and situations that stimulate your growth. You don't have to decide what's wrong, what's right. You don't have to worry, like I told you before, about other people's issues. You don't have to worry about other people's problems. You only have to be willing to open your heart in the face of anything, of everything, and just make this able to have, let's say, your purification, your your purification process take place. So when you do this, probably the first situation you're gonna see, you're gonna unfold, that thing that hit your stuff. Exactly. And that stuff, what happened? Just holds you down periodically. And when it goes, when stuff hits you and you think like what people think about you, all the stuff, all the fears, you just let it go. You simply permit the plane to come up into your heart and pass through. If you do that, it will pass. I guarantee. Because I practice this a lot. I'm not perfect too. Like I have to practice a lot every day, every day. Just know I have fear too, but I work on it. I work hard on it so we can enjoy life more. Because if you are sincerely seeking the truth, you let go every time. When I mean let go every time, let's say someone beep behind you and in the car, you want to like tell something, just deep breath, relax, and let it go. This is the beginning and the end of the entire path. Because if you surrender yourself to the process of, let's say, emptying yourself, a lot of things can happen. Especially, especially you that want to lose weight. If you want to be like I know you sick and tired of this pain. You sick and tired of trying to lose weight and don't get solid results. I know. So if you have all the fear that you go, you're probably not gonna think about food anymore that much because you're gonna have all the enthusiasm. When you let's say you buy a new car, you so excited, you pass all day buying your car, you don't even think about food because the enthusiasm. That's how the life should be, right? So we gotta work on this because it's the truth for you. You're gonna learn it little by little, you know, but you have to work on it, you have to keep going on it. The only thing. But you have, like I told you, you're gonna fall many times. It's gonna happen. By trying to let go, it's not gonna happen like a month, 2 months, maybe a year, maybe like 3, 4 years, 5 years. That's the law, very straightforward. Because when your stuff gets heat, let go right then because you'll be harder later. It won't be easier if you explore it now, play with it, hope to let's say take edge of it. So for you, what do you have? I'm gonna translate for Portuguese. Vou trazer português depois. Vou fazer. So what you need to do is every fear happens in your life. I know maybe you have a fear of food, fear of a workout, and you don't know how to do anything to lose weight. You keep losing weight and gain all the weight back. If you start, let it go and stop your fears, the magic is gonna happen. That's what I do a lot with my clients. I don't see a lot of coaches doing that, but I work on the on the mental thing, on your mindset, because I know it's very important, especially if you want to destroy binge eating disorders. because you start to control your life, and your life, you start to control your mind, and you just live life. I know it's weird to tell you that, like it's probably the opposite of everything you heard or taught, uh, but it's the truth. That's what I'll do with my clients. That's why they really get rid of binge eating disorders and keep their weight off. Right. So the live was really quick. Thank you so much for you guys. Um, Listen, if you want to know a little more about the mentor, about my program, about the coaching, that's what we're gonna do. You need to watch first the webinar, because when you watch the webinar, you're gonna see if the program is for you. And after you watch the webinar, if you're not sure, we can just book a call. We can jump on the call and talk about it, your problems, and I'm pretty sure gonna help you to build a step-by-step plan for you to lose the weight you want. It doesn't matter how much weight you want to lose. It can be 20 pounds, can be 100 pounds and beyond. It doesn't matter. It's the same. It's the same strategy. It's the same, right? So one more time, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys from YouTube, from Facebook, and you guys here from YouTube, from Instagram, right? Thanks again, guys. Have a great day.